I am low-key terrified about today's weigh-in. I have not stepped on the scale since last Sunday. It's been 7 days, and that's never happened at all during my entire weight loss journey. I've always been a step on the scale every single day kind of girl, so like I would know what I'm about to weigh, and I have no idea. And I've been like tracking every day through ChatGPT, and I actually asked ChatGPT yesterday. I said, knowing what I've eaten this week, and I sent like screenshots to remind ChatGPT of like the calorie intake and the protein intake that I've taken in all week long. And I asked ChatGPT for an honest prediction of what he believes my weigh-in is going to be. And I'm going to read you what ChatGPT said, and then we will kind of see if ChatGPT knows what the hell he's talking about. So ChatGPT thinks that I'm probably going to have a small loss, maybe a 0.2 to a 1.2 pound loss, or at worst, a tiny little bump, like a 0.2 to half a pound that's going to flush by Monday or Tuesday. So ChatGPT is a little bit worried because I had a carb heavy day yesterday. So he said that there's a chance that I'm going to hold on to the water retention, which is a little bit scary for me with the whole weighing in only once per week, because it could end up messing with me even worse if I have like that carb heavy day and then I don't get back on the scale until the following week. But we're going to go with it still. Like, I'm not going to just stop this in the first week. We are going to see this through. But I definitely think that's interesting. So we'll see how that plays out. But I did tell ChatGPT that I'm super scared and I'm super stressed out about stepping on the scale. So he actually gave me this weigh-in pep talk, and we're going to read it before we step on the scale. Before stepping on the scale, today's number does not define me. It does not erase the effort this week. My body is doing what it needs to do. Fat loss is happening, even if it's hidden by water or digestion. I stayed consistent. I stayed in control. And we'll talk more about that later. I am building the body and life that I want, even when it feels slow. The big picture is greater than one weigh-in. And then he said, step on the scale. Breathe. No matter what it says, I win today because I didn't quit. I just absolutely love how, like, I've talked to ChatGPT throughout the entire week, and I know like he's just a robot, but he has a way of like talking back to me and like making me get my shit together. So I'm definitely planning on making an entire YouTube video on the ways that I use ChatGPT in order to help me with my weight loss journey, because like I said, I use him every single day, multiple times. And if it bothers you that I call him a him, I apologize, but I don't know how else to describe ChatGPT. But if you're interested in that video, let me know in the comments down below, and then it'll get me to like push it like faster and get it out much faster. And then of course, if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Nikki. I am on a weight loss journey. I have already lost 75 pounds, but I have 30 pounds to go until my goal weight of 150. So we've started this 5-month challenge to get me there before October of this year. And this is part of the 5-month challenge, this every single week weigh-in vlog with you guys. It's only week 2 of weigh-ins. It's officially like my first week of starting these 5 new habits, but it's my second weigh-in, so my second vlog. You can see my first vlog. It'll be linked at the end of this video. But I am really nervous about getting on the scale this week because it's the first time that I haven't weighed in 5 days. But all of my content is geared around weight loss, GLP-1 medication. So if this is the first time you're here, don't leave without hitting that subscribe button so that you can keep up with my journey and be part of this 5-month challenge. But let's go ahead and let's do it. Let's step on the scale. I am low-key terrified. Oh my gosh, are you guys seeing this? Oh my goodness gracious. I really thought that I was going to be the same. All right, I gotta get the camera back on me. Guys, this proves that everything that I did this week like actually made sense and actually worked. Oh my gosh, that is so freaking exciting. So I lost 1.9 pounds. I've lost almost 2 pounds this week, weighing in at, I think it's at 182 Hold on, now I need to look it up on this actual. I feel like this is just like proving that we need to just like trust the process and trust in the things that we're doing, because I will tell you that I have been so scared to step on the scale because I really was worried that it was going to go up or stay the same, and it wasn't going to be this great of a week. Okay, so it was 182.5 was my weigh-in this morning, which from the last time we weighed in, which was on 4/20, on 4/20 it was 184.4. And then 7 days later, we're looking at 182.5, which is down 1.9 pounds, guys. Like, I feel like I had like a really solid week, but I was still very stressed out. I had a couple of days where I actually hit like 2,000 in calories. We're going to go through it. Don't worry. We're going to go through my entire week. I actually tracked everything this week. I was super highly focused. I did some things that were great, but I also didn't do all 5 of my habits that I'm supposed to do. So we'll break that down as well. But I just absolutely think that losing 1.9 pounds in our first week is absolutely a huge win, and I just wasn't expecting it. Like, I really wasn't expecting it, but let's go ahead and let's start breaking down the week, and we'll remind you of the 5 habits that we're doing every single week in order to get to our goal weight in 5 months. And it's looking kind of good. Okay, I apologize if you hear my kids in the background, but that's life Sunday morning. But first I want to tell you guys how I'm tracking everything, because this app is the coolest app I have found. I think it's like $30 for the entire year. So I kind of think of it as like if I were to buy a journal and I'm tracking it in a journal, but I don't have a journal because I don't like writing things down on paper. But this app, I can actually write things down in here, and I will show you. I will do a bunch of screenshots here on the side so you can see what I'm talking about. Like, this is like the home page that has kind of the whole everything. I don't actually spend a lot of time here on the home page, but it is kind of cool that I can track in my weights. Okay, so 182 pounds. If I click on this, I don't like, so I don't really love like the weight tracking part. So the progress bar, it'll show me like the 2 weights, but it doesn't actually tell me like how much I've lost, which is kind of crazy. Like, I don't love this, but I'll use my scale app for that anyways. I'm not super worried about it. But what I do and where I spend all of my time is in the calendar. Okay, so here is Sunday, and you can see that the only thing that I really tracked last Sunday was my weight and my shots. On Sunday, I took a 2.5 milligram injection of tirzepatide, and then I weighed in at 184.4 pounds. And that's the only thing that I tracked on Sunday, because I wasn't really like tracking things in here yet. But then on Monday was when I really figured out all of the really cool things that I could track in here. So on Monday, you can see that I tracked my meals, and I don't track them one by one. I just track all of my meals over in ChatGPT. So I literally will send ChatGPT pictures of what I'm eating and then like a breakdown of the things that I'm eating so that he can take what I'm eating, the picture, and then ChatGPT will actually calculate my macros to a really good estimate. And I fully believe in him now because it worked this week. We know we have the proof that everything that I did this week actually did work, which is really cool. So I put everything into ChatGPT, and now I can actually say like with like excitingly certainty that he's at least getting in the right ballpark, right? He's at least getting in the right ballpark. He was pretty accurate in what he predicted I would lose, actually a little lower, right? So he may actually be estimating my calories a little bit higher, which is fine. I'd rather have him go higher than lower. But so I put everything in a ChatGPT, and then at the end of the day, I asked him for a final macro count. Then I would take those and I would put those macros into this app. So if you press plus, you can actually log a meal, and all I do is enter food, and then I type in the calories, the protein, the carbs, and the fiber, and then I save it. And then I have that just here so that it's tracked. And then I also have been taking notes here. So you can see that on Monday, I felt hungry after breakfast, but later in the day, the hunger went down. So maybe it was taking a little bit longer for the injection from Sunday to actually kick in on Monday. But I still had a really great day, eating only 1,800 calories, which is my goal. I want to stay around 1,800 to 1,850 every single day. that I know is in a fat loss calorie range for me. So Monday overall was a really good day. But as I went through the week, I started like tracking more things. But Tuesday was another really great day calorie wise with only 1,865 calories. But I did have some diarrhea that morning. So I'm definitely tracking like my stomach issues, my side effects are tracked in here. And that morning, I remember I was up pretty early at like 3:30 all the way until almost work time in the bathroom. And then it settled throughout the day, but it was not a great stomach day that day. And then I also tracked breakfast, right? That's one of our 5 habits. So I had breakfast. I felt great all morning after breakfast. Then the hunger started around 11, but it wasn't extreme. So I was able to wait till lunch to eat my food. So Tuesday was another really, really great day of hitting 4 of my 5 habits. The one habit that I really wasn't hitting this week was exercise. I exercised one day this week, but it was like 15 minutes because I just felt really like lazy this week. And it's because I'm at the end of my luteal phase where my period would be starting, which is always my least exercisey week. I just don't feel like doing it, and I didn't. So this week I only worked out one time, which is why you're not going to see it tracked here. But days that I do work out in the future, I will add it to my notes so that way I am tracking the days that I'm exercising as well. Like all 5 of my habits can be tracked in this app. First, I tracked my food. You see it right there, right? Then I tracked my breakfast. I made sure that I was eating breakfast. That's habit 2, eat breakfast every single day. Habit 3 is to hit my protein goals. And you can see that this day I got 90 grams of protein. Monday, I did hit it with 112. I was kind of hit or miss with hitting my 100-gram protein goal, which we'll see throughout the week. But it was still a really solid week, even without hitting that protein goal every single day. I probably averaged around 90 grams per day throughout the entire week. 4 is exercise, and I'm trying to do 3 days per week. This one I did not hit. My 4th one I did not hit. I will tell you right now, it did not get hit. And then my 5th one is this Sunday weigh-in vlog, which is clearly being hit. So 4 out of 5, pretty good. I feel like this week was really solid. Let's continue looking at my days though, because Monday, 1810 calories. Tuesday, 1865. So really great days in the eating category. But then Wednesday hit, and you can see that I ate 2,050 calories. I did hit my protein goal at 110 grams of protein, but this day was definitely a higher calorie day, and I started to freak out. I started to worry about the weight loss. I started to get into my head a little bit, but ultimately I was still in it. Like I wasn't like stressing myself out too much. But you can see my note here. I made it to lunchtime without needing a snack. A little hunger, but nothing terrible. And then I had some upset stomach in the morning that day, but then it went away once I ate breakfast, which is interesting because I was always under the impression that breakfast was going to make my stomach worse. So if I had diarrhea, if I had an upset stomach, I thought breakfast would make it worse. But actually, I was surprised this week and found out that breakfast actually made it better, which was pretty cool. But I definitely had breakfast this day, even though my stomach was a little bit upset. And then we move into Thursday, and Thursday night, I took another injection. So I am taking a 2.5 milligram injection of tirzepatide every 4 days. So I'm essentially spreading out a 5 milligram dose throughout the week because I'm trying to avoid the diarrhea side effects. And we can see that this week it absolutely worked. So I'm going to keep going, and we will continue to track that and monitor that. But great week with that so far. I absolutely loved it. You can also see that the PEP app will give you an estimated level of how much medication is still in your system. And that is on the dashboard. So if you go to the dashboard, you can see that it's estimating that I have 2.73 milligrams still in my system from my shot on Thursday. And I don't take another shot until tomorrow night. So we'll always have less than 5 milligrams, but usually more than 2. And I feel like that's like my sweet spot. But let's look at what I ate this day. So on Thursday, you can see my calories went up even higher. I definitely struggled with what I was eating. I hit my protein goal. My fiber went up. Things like it was like this hit or miss, but I was more hungry. And this was my shot day. So I took the shot that night. So that could have played a role in it, but I was definitely more hungry. than other days, but I had no upset stomach. My stomach felt amazing. I felt really good this day. It was a great morning. I was ready for my injection that night. And then I also put in a little note about like how I was feeling. I love tracking all of this, guys. Like, it's so cool to be able to track all of this just right here on the day in the calendar. This is like a journal, but it's digital because I don't like paper. I absolutely hate it. I will lose it. It will get thrown away. So having this digital journal is amazing. I absolutely love it. So I was slightly worried about my calorie intake. That's when I first started noticing that. And this was the day that I did the 60-minute workout, actually. So I didn't work out at all on Monday. It was on Thursday. This is why I like tracking it, because I forget these things. But it killed me. And I definitely was nearing the end of my luteal phase. It says literal phase, I know, but don't know how to spell apparently. But I just love that I can track these things. And then let's go to Friday. So Friday was actually a really good eating day. I only hit 1590 calories, actually a little bit lower, but because I had those 2 days before where I hit 2000, I wasn't stressing about it. It was still a solid amount. You will never see me eat like 1200 calories. I absolutely think that's unhealthy for you, but 1590, but you can also see that with that calorie lessened, I also did not even get close to my protein goal on Friday. I only had 51 grams of protein, and I think it's just because I just wasn't able to like eat as much that night. I was just really full. And it says another great morning without stomach issues. I had breakfast was bacon snackers from Dunkin'. I was very much full throughout the day, but then I started getting more cravings later in the afternoon, which I'm blaming on my luteal phase. But then I was also like incredibly full. Like, it was this weird feeling. I remember like I was like, I have a craving, but I'm also really full. So I didn't overeat. And you can see that with the calorie intake. I also couldn't eat all of my planned food that day, and I was just really tired that day. Friday was just a weird day, but I wasn't able to finish any of the food that I made that day, which I think played a huge role into the lower calorie intake and probably helped my week overall and helped me lose the weight that we did lose. So let's look at Saturday, which was yesterday. And Yesterday was a weird day. Saturdays are always weird, and we had a birthday party to attend. So yesterday, I actually thought I was going to lose like all of my progress for the entire week, because in the morning, I had breakfast. My morning was good. My stomach was fine. I had a really solid breakfast. I had, I think, 46 grams of protein yesterday morning. And then we went to my daughter's volleyball game. And after my daughter's volleyball game, we always go and eat with my sister-in-law. But I was like, I'm not going to eat anything because I had breakfast. I didn't want to eat anything, but like the kids were hungry. Everyone else was hungry. So I wasn't going to say like, let's not go. Like, I want to go. I enjoy that time with my sister-in-law. I like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to ruin that just because I ate breakfast, but I do need to do better about not eating, because I ended up getting an orange scone. So not only did I eat, but I probably got the worst thing that I could have gotten, and that really spiked my calories up very early in the morning, and I was like super stressed out. And then I told myself that I was not going to eat anything at the birthday party because I had to take my 8-year-old to a birthday party, and I knew they were going to have pizza. Pizza is my favorite food in the entire world, but I had told myself, do not eat the pizza. I ate the damn pizza. I ate the pizza. So I had a slice of pizza at the birthday party, and I had an ice cream sandwich at the birthday party. So I was not able to like say no to those things, and I'm not mad about it. I'm really not. Like, that is life. I don't think we should go through life without the things that we love. I don't think that we should have to say no when we're at a situation, in a social situation. In the past, I would have eaten 3 slices of pizza, a cupcake, and an ice cream sandwich, and I would have probably had a second one. Like, in the past, I would have overindulged and I would have overeaten. But the fact that I only had 1 slice of pizza and 1 ice cream sandwich, I didn't have the cupcakes. I chose between the treats, and that to me is a huge win. And that's the lifestyle changes that we need to make along this journey, instead of just completely cutting things out and saying no. Like, I don't think that's life. I don't think that's living, and I don't want to live like that. So ultimately, I'm happy with the choices I made yesterday, but I will tell you that I was very stressed out because I knew that I was going to step on the scale this morning with you guys, and I was worried. But like, ultimately, I would have been fine. Even if we had gained, we would have talked about it. We would have gone through the week just like this. We just would have talked about it a little bit differently. We would have been making different goals for next week. But it all worked out. It all worked out, which is absolutely super cool. But yeah, so I felt a little bit more hungry on and off, but towards the end of the day, the suppression really kicked in, and I ended up not having dinner because of the pizza at the party, because it was like a late pizza, and so I didn't end up having like a dinner that night because I had already eaten all of my calories for the day, and I just wasn't hungry. Like I was able to just not eat dinner. I think that probably helped a lot with this morning's weigh-in, especially with the heavy carbs yesterday, because I was able to like drink it down throughout that night. I had a lot of water and I slept it off, and we woke up to a 2 pound loss. So 1.9 pounds. We're going to call it 2 pounds. Like that is absolutely so cool. You can see everything tracked here. So then today, the only thing that I've tracked so far is the weigh-in this morning at about 7:59, and I will continue to track my food with ChatGPT. It's absolutely so cool. So you can see that I'm able to track all 5 of my habits using the PEP app every single day, and it takes me like less than 5 minutes. It's fun. I like doing it. I like to be able to go back and see it. So if you are on this 5-month journey with me, or just any journey with me, and you're doing these things and you're taking in these 5 habits or even your own habits, go ahead and check out the PEP app. It comes with a free trial. It's a completely free trial. It is an affiliate link. When you sign up using my code, you get $10 off your yearly subscription, which again, I'm pretty sure it's like $30, which means it'll probably drop to like 20. I don't think it's expensive, but let me know if I'm wrong. And when you get $10 off, they essentially give that $10 to me and I make $10. So I'm going to be real honest with you. Like, absolutely, I would love for you to use my code. You get something, I get something, and that's a win-win because, you know, I'm a broke teacher, and any affiliate links that I can use, I'm going to. But anyways, code is in the description. Link is in the description. This week was, I'm so excited. Like, I am so excited. I have not like solidly been at 182 in a really long time. And I just think that if we continue these habits, we continue doing the things, then next week's weigh-in could be even better, or we could go up. And I want to be real honest with you. If I go up, yes, I will be a little bit sad. Yes, I will be a little bit like, damn it. But ultimately, like, the scale does not define my mood. The scale is just a number. It's just a data point. As long as I'm doing all of the things, and if the scale did go up, even though I was doing all of the things, then I would be okay with that. Now, if the scale went up because I didn't do all of the things, then I'm going to beat myself up a little bit because it's my fault, right? But at the same time, I'm going to get over it. It's a new day. It's a new week, and we are going to move forward. So regardless if I go up or down, I will not beat myself up. It is just not in my DNA to do that. I do believe I'll be at my goal weight by the end of this year. And it's just, I don't know, it's just going to be cool. And I can't wait to take you guys along this journey with me. If you want to join the 5-month challenge, you can always, of course, comment down below how your week went, how your challenge went, all of the things. But we do have a dedicated group, a dedicated community. It's a Stan community. It's completely free. It's called Her Glow Era. It's for the women, the girls who want to be on this journey with me. There are like almost 70 women in there right now. We are talking almost daily. Every Sunday we're weighing in, and we're just doing the thing together, because you don't need to do this all on your own. And if you need some women in your corner, go and join Her Glow Era. It is down in the description. If you are looking into getting started on a GLP-1, but you don't know where to go, I get my GLP-1 through Amble, also down in the description. You can get started for as little as $135. You're going to fill out a questionnaire. The questionnaire is going to direct you the right direction. It's going to offer you medications based on your personal history, their personalized plans. The questionnaire is completely free to fill out. You will not get charged unless you get approved for the medication that you choose. So, completely free questionnaire. Go ahead and head over there if you are looking into getting started on a GLP-1 medication, because I do 100% fully believe that I would not be able to do this without my GLP-1. It wouldn't happen. I've tried. I've done all of these things. I have tried all of these things for years and years and years, my entire 20s. and I don't have the willpower. I cannot white knuckle it. I need the GLP-1 to help me with food noise. I need it to help me with the suppression. I need it to help me take control of the things that I just can't control on my own. And that's what GLP-1 does for me. And if you need that too, get started for as little as $135 per month in the link down below. All right. If you made it this far, then definitely make sure you subscribe to my channel because clearly you like my content, right? You made it this far, unless you're just watching me and laughing at me the whole time, which, okay, but I definitely think that you should join this family, join this community. All right. If you made it this far in the video, let me know, comment down below, tell me how your week went, tell me what you're doing next week, tell me all of the things. Make sure you leave a comment because this is a community. It is not just me alone in this space. And if you want to watch last week's weigh-in, I'm going to link the playlist here so that you can watch last week's weigh-in and get caught up on everything. And I will talk to you in my next video. Bye, guys.